Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. It's the Hood Mystic, representing hoodmystic.com, columbianexchange.com, whiterabbitsite.com. Go ahead and check your emails. Emails dropping 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got a couple coupons, a couple new drops on whiterabbitsite.com, but you better get there first because that shit be going quicker than goddamn Popeye's chicken. You feel me? The chicken patties in 2019 before the world went absolutely crazy. That's when I knew that the world was going absolutely crazy than Popeye's chicken. But we have developed something more fucking intense than them goddamn Popeye's chicken. It's called microdose capsules. Got motherfuckers going crazy. You understand? Crazy in a good way. But I digress. I'm here to talk about sexual chocolate. No. Sexual chocolate. No, me and my wife was sitting here talking and shit, and the thought that came to me is like, man, like how the fuck we be talking to people? Like, this is the thing, right? You meet a person, right, and you only thinking about doing good shit for this person. You only think about positive energy that you want to bestow upon this person. And the reality of relationships is that that positive energy has to be reciprocated. It is no excuse. Like, it is no, spell or hex. We was just watching a Instagram reel where this girl was doing a spell on her.
Old ass woman.
A woman was doing a spell, probably 40 plus, on a come to me spell to bring your wayward lover with a wayward dick back in your life. So she had a vow of come, rubbing it on candles, you dig, and talking about come to me, right? And the reality of all realities is if that nigga wants some pussy outside of the relationship, let that man get some pussy. What am I talking about? Say, for instance, you in a relationship with a person. Like, you locked in with this person. Like, y'all live together. He love you. You love him. Y'all done went to ball games. Y'all done fucking ate sushi together. He paying the bills. Like, y'all is locked the fuck in. Like, if you his wife, and he go get some pussy from a girl that's not his wife, you shouldn't even really trip about that shit. Now, if you tripping about it, it's a traumatic stress response, right? Fight or flight, right? Because a nigga is enjoying some goddamn head. That don't even make sense. Why you mad? Your nigga like, oh my God, this feels so good. And then he come home, you find out you in his Instagram messages or whatever the fuck. Like, you was happy getting your dick sucked, wasn't you? I'm mad that you was happy. That don't even make sense for real. But I understand you be like, well, he lied or he did this or this or that or this or that. I get it. But we talking about fight or flight. We talking about negative responses. We talking about understanding niggas. Now, if you are a woman that likes a man, chances are other women are going to like that man, believe it or not, because that's the nature of women. The reality of it is that one bitch should have wore a wig, and we should have been like, no, that ain't it, and kept progressing with the hairstyles, right? But somehow bitches looked at the wig and said, ooh, that look ugly as hell, but since she doing it, I'ma do it. They didn't necessarily say I like it, I love it, because we all know it's a wig, so a bitch is never going to be like, look at my luxurious hair, no shit like that. She going to just kind of move in and out the crowd, like she got them. What's a wig for? Set it off. Them hoes wore wigs, didn't they? To rob banks. So generally, she waking up trying to rob a bank, if you really think about it. Gotta be real mindful of shit. Like, you gotta look at reality and say, I ain't about to do what the next woman do. Like, you gotta stand on that shit. Because if you in a world where you trying to figure it out through other women, you're probably gonna be on some crash dummy shit. You probably gonna have vows to come, rubbing it on candles. And like, why do a spell? My thing is, the reason why I'm saying this is, why do a spell when your natural hair can keep a man? Why do a spell when men, it's hard for men to turn down pussy? Men cannot chase pussy. Men cannot look for pussy. But when pussy land in your lap, it's hard for a man to say, move, pussy, get out of here. I don't want your juicy wetness. Get out of here. You want to suck my dick? Ew, no, get away from me. You're disgusting me right now. Men are hunters. Men are curious, right? So, say for instance, you got rodents. You got rats, mice. And you got a cat. You want a cat that's going to kill mice and rodents. It's not to say you want your cat every day to be rawr, 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 and, you know, on some killing shit. But at the same time, you want to know if some shit pop off, your cat got the abilities to fight. So in reference to having a man that's tapped into his masculine energy, you don't want a man that's not tapped into his masculine energy and his testosterone, which is a natural attractant to feminine energy. Does this mean that your man should go out and fuck all different types of women? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, well, let's just barrel it down to the bare bones of it. It ain't easy for a man to get sex. You could be rich, you could be attractive, you could be the greatest man of all time. But that don't mean that he could just walk outside and have girls falling over him and things of that nature. What I'm also saying is that because this fact is true, because it's hard for a man to get pussy anyways, you usually don't have to deal with infidelity in a relationship. You usually don't have to deal with it. So, back to the original discussion. When we're in relationships, or we're looking at our day and we're trying to tap into the energy, it's a hard thing when you having to reflect on your past. It's a real important concept of just starting over, especially if you're in a relationship with a good person. Especially if you dating and you find yourself in a relationship with a good man. If you don't clear yourself of your past energies and your past traumas, you're going to repeat the same thing. And you probably going to crash out on a good man. And you're going to see something in him that make you look at him in a certain type of way. But the reason why you looking at him this certain type of way is not because he's doing nothing. You're looking at this man in a negative type of way because you haven't cleared your past. Speaking directly and speaking matter-of-factly, I don't necessarily know if it's possible to even do, but I would at least try to go into a system of creating a new energy and a new bond. That's why, like, it's very important to do soul tie releasing rituals and be specific about the soul tie releasing ritual. Like the same way as you knew you took a bath would be the same way as you knew you did a soul tie ritual. Now, you could have sex with a person without washing your ass. Some of us have done it before. but it would be kind of dirty and fucked up, and you would be kind of insecure, like, damn, what's that smell, baby? I don't know. What's that? I don't know. Maybe it's you type energy. But the reality is, it's better to take a bath before you have sex. So if you want to create a new relationship, irregardless of your situation, irregardless of your past is irrelevant in reference to a new relationship. And that's what motherfuckers don't understand. Motherfuckers try to balance their past within a new relationship, and that's just like, trying to get somebody to wash off somebody else's blood, trying to get somebody to clean up somebody else's mess. In reference to how you should show up in a relationship, you should show up like a perfect bitch. You shouldn't show up like a wounded animal that needs stitches, a brace, a fucking head wrap, motherfucking damsel in distress type energy. Man, that shit is only gonna get you fucked at the end of the day. What's gonna get you loved is understanding the newness that comes about in each and every single day. Now, shit, you could be the type of person to be like, I don't really get into the psychological type of shit. I just be in this world doing my own 1 2 I be in this world doing my own 1 2. I don't deal with the psychology. I just, swing from the hip with it. But I guarantee you going to crash out in your relationships, in your intimate relationships. I guarantee you are going to project. The psychological will have you looking at life in a way that is you thinking that it's fucked up. You think that this shit is so fucked up. You think that this shit is so abstract and so confusing. But the whole time, you didn't ever do the inner psychological work to show up present. I'm telling you, it's a way to feel insecure. Like, I used to be the type of person that's super insecure and worried about what people think about me and shit like that. Especially being eccentric and black and different and standing out on my own ledge. I thought motherfuckers had to have a specific way to view me and shit like that. Now, the fucked up part about thinking about life in that way is if you think people hate you, that's just a manifestation of you hating yourself. And then it don't stop there. You then project that hate that you have on yourself on other people. You never gave them a chance to think for themselves. You do all of the thinking for them. And so everything that you've deduced about people, about life, and how shit has played out based on your past experiences, because you haven't done the actual inner work, is completely wrong. It completely blinds you. It completely limits you. Has nothing to do with the potential outcomes in reference to coming across the energy clearly, with clarity. Now, when you talk about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, it could be a nigga cheating on you, and you thinking that you the type of bitch that a nigga should never cheat on for some odd reason. For some odd reason, you think, ain't no nigga gonna cheat on me, and then you will ask a nigga, is you ever gonna cheat on me? Of course not, baby. I ain't gonna never cheat on you. You the only girl for me, right? 2 months, 2 years, 20 years later, you find out he getting some pussy elsewhere outside of you. Because you had a set expectation of how this shit is supposed to go within your relationships, you then took that experience and made it a trauma. And now you responded to men in a traumatic sense. Same way as I got mad if a dog, like I got bit by a dog before. Don't mean I walk by every dog paranoid that they gonna bite me. I understand it's in the dog's nature to bite. It's specific things that I could do to trigger the dog to bite me, but I ain't even on that type of time or that type of energy because I don't want to feel that I don't want to feel a dog bite me. Now, if a dog do bite me, I understand specifically why and whatever the case may be. But the moral of the story is I'm not going to be traumatized by it. I'm going to come to begin to expect it. And then since I want to have, like, if I was a woman and I wanted to have a successful relationship with a man, I would facilitate and get to know other women and introduce them to my man. You know what's going to happen? He might indulge the first couple of bitches, right? If all you have to do is be a down ass girl, right? Any man will notice that, damn, most of these girls ain't down for me. As much as I want them, as much as they might give me some pussy initially, the more they get to know me, the less they become down for me, the more they become wayward. And another aspect to this is because a man operate in a certain fashion, don't crash out and model your life after how a man move. If you see a man fucking all different types of bitches, then you as a woman don't invert it and fuck all different types of niggas. The same way as if I look at you wearing all different types of makeups, wearing all different types of wigs, I'm gonna just let you go crazy. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm not gonna copy you. I'm gonna let you deal with your feminine energy, flip the script, and I'm gonna deal more in my masculine energy. See, the type of man that I am, I say, yeah, look, I got me a little bad bitch that I'm fucking. I'm happy about that. Oh, you this down? Yeah, look, but I'm telling you that this is what I got and this is what I enjoy. I'm the type of person to say, you know, it's my life. And in the moonlight hours, my enjoyment, because you like the video, you subscribe to my channel, that don't mean that you satisfy me at the gawk level. You feel me? Like, it's certain levels of pleasure that I want to experience. So I'll stand on that. Now, can you do that inversely? Can you then say, yeah, I enjoy, I have a meetup with all of my niggas and they be dapping each other up, shooting dice and shit. And then they go to the room and they just take turns on me and shit like that. That'll be some weird shit to stand on as a woman. Moral of the story, don't model your sex game after a nigga. That's the road to a crash out. Don't say, well, he doing it, I can do it too. Let him crash out. Stay in your femininity. Because, say for instance, now ask a man, what is the quality that made you want to marry this woman? 9 times out of 10, he gonna say her loyalty. Her loyalty. You don't have to get it right 20 times. And then you gotta also understand that being fully prepared for a man's bullshit is going to reduce the trauma. Don't go into a relationship. So what I'm saying is present to him a polygamous reality. Allow him to be open and honest. You'll have a nigga that's paying your rent, you know? Now, don't treat him like a hostile witness. Don't treat him like, you negotiating terroristic threats. That's not the job of a woman in a relationship. The job in a woman in a relationship is to be a portal of paradise. And if you can't offer him that portal of paradise, it's because your last nigga done fucked you over? So you mean to tell me I got a brand new $20 bill? Ain't no other bitch. I ain't spent this $20 bill on no other bitch. I got this $20 bill specifically for you. But you got to tell me about your ex nigga that's not here, His $20 ain't going in on none of this meal, but he's the topic of discussion. And it's like, damn, we at an event, we at a restaurant, we can have a good time. You could throw in some lingerie, throw on your red dress, put on your high heels, some of that sweet perfume. I bet that shit would sure look good on you. But it's like you can't even get into that mode or get into that vibration. And the scary part of it is that I've come to the conclusion is that women have just specifically just stopped loving the men that they get into close relationships with. Like I feel like people have just completely stopped loving. Just completely stopped loving. It's all terrorist threats. It's all I'm gonna get you sucker. It's all coming back to me now type energy, and I gotta get my gick back, gotta get my lick back, and all types of weird shit going on. And just sitting here talking to my wife, it's like she keep telling me it's an ego thing with women. Like their egos be bruised, their egos be hurt. And I'm just like trying to wrap my mind around it. But I just be sitting back like, it's so much opportunity to love. Like it's so many different ways to love a nigga. It's so many different ways to explore paradise and pleasure and Kama Sutra or just conversations or business or growth or real estate or all different types of avenues and enterprises that people can go traveling and vacation and, you know, getting a chef or hiring a cleaning crew and having multiple homes and multiple businesses and things of that nature. To whereas, why would we be talking about your ex-boyfriend? That don't even make sense to me. Like, or why are you mad? Sometimes, like, say for instance, this is another thing. Say for instance, you come into a nigga, he got his money together. He got his money together. He look good. He attractive. He can talk good with himself. The hoes know him. The niggas respect him. He a top tier type of dude. Why then would you hold it against them? Meaning, like, why would you be an intimate partner and not think like only specifically and primarily that my nigga is the shit, bar none, and I'ma do any and everything for this nigga cause that's my nigga? Why would you get close to a man and then start to think like, you know, negative things about him and like just get mad and be in your emotions for whatever reason, you know, whatever you thinking about, like whatever you perceiving. Oh, he talking to another girl, he too busy, he too this, he too that. And he always, all of these particular things after y'all got close, meaning that he allowed y'all to get close and y'all got close and y'all worked this shit and y'all develop a relationship, but then the things that he doing making you feel negative. But yet and still he's still coming home and y'all still rocking out, and y'all still together, and he's still fucking with you. He just vibing high because things is going good for him at a certain level, and with good energy you receive good things. Nigga could have just went to CVS and caught a bad one looking extra hard, reckless eyeballing, got him another thing on the roster. Cause he in that energy where he pulling shit. And it's like, yeah, but he's supposed to be and he's supposed to think like I want him to think because I love him. But I'm telling you, it don't work like that. You either gonna fuck with a nigga with all of your heart, bar none, or you gonna fuck with somebody else that ain't got shit going on and it's gonna drive you crazy. You gonna deal with, so it get to a certain point where knowing what you want, because once again, the problem is this, where women think they got options, right? Why do women think they got options? Because they get on the internet and every nigga who don't really see them, right? He don't see them. He not with them. He don't know if her ass stink, if it's her breath stink, if she got a severe case of BV. You know what I'm saying? If she got halitosis, she got earwax drainage or nothing like that. If her left leg is shorter than her right leg, causing her to walk with a little waddle and shit like that. He don't know shit about her for real. All he know is the internet image. And women real good at putting out a specific image. And even if they don't feel like they the most attractive, then they ain't gonna put themselves out there, but they'll still be out there. Anyways, because you get this particular masculine attention and not even realizing that it's specifically driven for men who specifically want to fuck and nothing else. So you got options on men who want to fuck. Men who got over $15,000 in the bank. Men who are marriageable. Men who can sustain a lifestyle. That number, sustain a lifestyle specifically with you, that number dwindles down to reality that you really don't got options for real. You literally gotta, if you get an opportunity to find a man who make a substantial amount of money, you better hold on to that nigga. Cause the rest of the niggas, 85% of the niggas, not even not even making enough to take care of themselves. And not even, so once again, you use finances as a way to understand consciousness. Cause your financial abilities to manifest is in reference to your consciousness. When you have a low center of gravity of consciousness, then that's how your money come. That's how your money come. So don't be confused about this shit. If you broke, then you just haven't been meditating enough. Can we get that in the chat? I want to make sure y'all awoke and y'all listening. If you broke, it's only in relation to you not meditating enough. Now, you might be broke and also thinking that you don't need to meditate because meditation is boring or meditation is some shit for beginners. But then you got to ask yourself, why am I broke? Why am I not attracting finances? Because anybody who have manifested also can remember a time where they wasn't manifesting, and they could tell you verbatim that it's specifically related to their consciousness. This is why certain niggas wake up with a certain level of energy and a certain level of esteem and a certain level of expectation, because it's completely related to their consciousness. It's some people who wake up and they get calls about, if they get calls about bricks, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it might be somebody that they not even hip to or know. I'll just give you an example. When I used to sell weed, people used to call me all the time to buy weed. When I used to deal with girls, I used to meet girls that wanted to make money. Now, when I stopped selling weed, people didn't call me. People don't call me for weed. And I stopped dealing with girls. Girls don't hit me up like, hey, let's make money together. Now, in the business that I'm in now, it's all related to my consciousness. So I meet people, random people that are interested in psilocybin. Now, if I was a real estate agent, I would be at the goddamn, you know, grocery store at the line, and a motherfucker would be like, man, I wish I found somebody who could sell my house. And I'll be like, oh, I can sell your house because I'm a real estate agent, because it's in relation to my consciousness. And I'm able to tap into the collective unconsciousness. And the collective unconsciousness, it does two things. It puts you in the right place at the right time, but it also gives you the inspiration to act in a way specific to an internal jolt, or even to a space where a lot of the money that I make it indirectly. So I do the thing that I'm supposed to do, and like whether it's mopping the bathroom or taking a bath or just regular mundane shit that I'm really supposed to do, when I'm in the space of doing it, the manifestations come. I don't know why that is for me. It's just something that I've learned throughout my life. So I start my day off with cleaning, and usually that gets me on a good prosperity track. But I'm just saying, consciousness is completely related to your finances. So, in choosing the type of man that you going to spend the rest of your life with, is not in relation to how much money he have at the moment. Is understanding how he is consciously intuitivizing with himself. And it's very clear to see on a man. It's very clear to understand through conversations with the man. A man is begging and dying to tell you how connected or how disconnected he is. So, with all of that being said, if you're able to find a man that's connected to himself, if you're able to find a woman that's connected to herself, you don't never want to let that person go, because the most people that you come in contact with, they never had no psychological training. And what psychological training does, it allows you to release the past. So many people hold on to the past, and it's a very deep thing. It requires a lot of work to remove the past, and you might not understand the benefit of it. But I mean, it's the same as walking around with blindfolds on. So maybe you have got comfortable with being blinded to the present reality and all its opportunities and all its abundance and all its prosperity. Like, maybe you think that how you thinking about shit is fucked up, and I ain't got no way out, and this is fucked up and that. Maybe that's what you truly believe, but you only think like that, you only feel like that because you have blindfolds on. I can't tell you all of the different things that's gonna benefit you when you take your blindfolds off. Do you understand the analogy? I couldn't begin to explain to you. Like, for real, me, I'm always in a good place, in a good space. I have a lot of challenges with trying to bring people up to this understanding, but other than that, I be feeling real good because I'm in tune with myself. And being in tune with yourself, you gotta keep a level of peace going on. And to keep a level of peace going on, you can't be thinking about the past. You can't be having, stress and anxiety and referencing the future and all of that. You just have to do what you know is right to do in that moment. Do it to the best of your ability. Do it over time, consistently, and you'll have a lot of shit. A lot of shit. And people be like, damn, how you manifest all of that and all of this and all of that? But man, it was always one step at a time. But when you don't do the PTSD work, when you don't do the releasing work, what I notice is that motherfuckers will start some shit and end some shit with a quickness. Y'all ever notice that? Motherfuckers, if niggas will have a bright, brilliant idea, won't they? 2 days later, what happened to that bright and brilliant idea you said you was working on? Huh? Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna work on that later. It's crazy. But that's the normal shit. That's the normal shit. And that really that shit be really scaring me for real. Cause I just be like, damn, you wanna have somebody that you can work with, somebody that you can build with, somebody that you can sustain something with long term. But the way these motherfuckers is raised in this world now, motherfuckers will lie to you straight in your face. Motherfuckers will be providing a temporary, momentary positive experience with no like not no intention of continuing the energy. I don't know what's going on in the world, what they putting in the water, but for real, it's some real disloyal people out here. So, of course, be careful. And of course, deal with the energy. Cause like sometimes I be seeing these memes and these reels and shit, and they be talking about dealing with a spiritual person. And, you know, dealing with a spiritual person is different, you know? Because the thing about dealing with a spiritual person is that spiritual people dream. And they'll dream specific to the shit that is going on, bar none. And I'm telling you, if you dealing with somebody and you having a dream of them fucking somebody, they fucking somebody. Don't ever get that shit twisted or confused. The point of it, that the point that I came to is like, damn, don't don't lie to your, don't think that your, don't think that your soul is lying to you about a dusty ass nigga. That don't even make sense. Why would your soul lie to you? And say, for instance, they ain't cheating on you. They gonna cheat on your ass in the future. So just end this shit, bro. Trust your dreams. If you a spiritual person, if you meditate and you vibrate and you have a certain level of just like trying to figure people out, and people showing you like, it don't matter what people showing you, because people project and people lie. And there's something going on in this generation, in this world, where people got a computer chip in their brain that causes them to be disloyal. And then you could come to this bitch like a prosecutor with evidence, recordings, dreams. I got you. And they still going to deny it. You know, for me and my wife, you know, what we have been doing for, it's been a journey for us. Well, for me specifically, I have a hard time with remembering my dreams for real. But you got to go to war with this shit. So I've been drinking tea every night, every day, just every single fucking day for, you know, if I missed a day, my wife would tell you I was pissed off about it, you know. So we got all type of tea and all types of herbs. So I'm constantly drinking tea. And at nighttime I'm drinking mugwort. And then I'm journaling. And then another thing is that I'm not falling asleep. So if you the type of person to just be like, I'm tired, I'm falling asleep, or you watch TV and just drift off to sleep and you want to remember your dreams, stop fucking doing that. If you ain't got no access to herbs and you drink soda every day and you eat meat and all types of shit, well, the reason why you do all of that shit because it usually make you tired and sleepy and shit like that. But besides the point, meditate to sleep. Don't like fall asleep, like rise to sleep. Like constantly be in tune with your energy in your body. So a good guided meditation that always activated lucid dreaming is you could YouTube it. It's called just type lucid dream and matrices. So matrices, matrices, lucid dreams. It's a dude like that's falling out of a building. Click that before you go to sleep, and yeah, meditate before you go to sleep. So completely relax your body. So what you're trying to get a grip of, what you're trying to get a grip on is your spiritual beingness. It's gonna be hard to lucid dream or dream in general or remember your dreams if you don't understand yourself to be a spiritual being having a human experience. Now, for some people who have awakened kundalini, they dreaming all the time, lucid dreaming, good for them. But for most of us who think of ourselves as being solely human beings, solely being the human vessel, well, we get conditioned to the life solely as this human vessel. And even worse, if we get us a stinking ass girlfriend or a stinking ass boyfriend that's telling them, oh, you ain't shit. Um, you ain't shit because you making a lot of money. Let me see. I don't even know how to tap. How to tap. Matrices though. matrics. MRICES. So mat and rices. Matrices. Lucid dream matrices. So back to the story. You could be a man in a relationship with a girl. She telling you you ain't shit. You feel like you ain't shit. So when you dreaming or when you sleeping, all right, let's double back on this. Let's double back on this. Have y'all ever went to sleep and was like mad at your girl, mad at your homie, mad at your boyfriend, or whatever the case may be? It's hard to get to sleep when you pissed off. But understand that residual energy, it'll just be a vibration that'll linger on. You could have been mad at your mama, you could have been scared, whatever. However you sleeping, it's a traumatic thing, and you just using sleep as a tool to start another day. So when you get into the science of getting into dreams, I would put effort into it. It's things that I do to dream that might be a little extreme to most, but I'm serious. Like, it's a serious thing to me. So I have blindfolds that I wear. I wear a mouth guard, so I tape my mouth. Like, I got a roll of like, I'm crazy when it comes to this shit. So it's like, I don't know. I was the type of person that wasn't dreaming and I wanted to dream. So I just enhanced. So it's a variety of things that I do to enhance my dream life. But I guess is how bad do you want it? Dream journaling helps you remember your dreams, especially like as you wake up. First thing you do, start to write. Even if you don't remember shit, you start to make up shit or even write how you want your day or write how you wanted your dreams to be. The more that you journal, the more that your dream recall and remembering will increase. But yeah, mouth tape, because it's hard to dream when your mouth is open and you snoring. Cause what happened when your mouth is open and you snoring, you waking yourself up. Like you wake up, you go back to sleep, and you do that probably like 100 times during the night for real. If you got your mouth open and you snoring. So one of the main things you can do to increase your dream recall is to get you some medical tape for sensitive skin, especially if you got like a beard. I mean, some of y'all ladies might it might be healthy for you to kind of do it like a lightweight beard removal every little lightweight mustache removal daily. You feel me? That's just a joke. Y'all know I love y'all. Um, and then y'all know what they say about a mustache. Mustache mean you got good pussy. But anyways, you use the tape over your mouth. That'll help with your dreams. Blindfold help you with your dreams. Mugwort help you with your dreams. Combination of all three of those things will help you with your dreams. What the tape over your mouth does, it forces you to breathe out of your nose. Now, if you haven't noticed, your mouth, even though you can breathe out your mouth, like imagine that fat dude breathing out his mouth all the time. I mean, you can do it, but it's unhealthy type shit. Now, back to breathing out your nose has the ability to filter, moisten the air. It's just a natural way to breathe. But when you sleep, you naturally just gape your mouth open, which will cause, a hard a harder time to bring about their dream life. So hopefully those tips will help you get into the space of dreaming. Hopefully you can get into the science of letting things go, since we are in the we're still in the energy of a waning moon. Um, release. February 20th. We have a new moon, so we still have a ways to go to get to there, meaning that we still have a lot of things that we could particularly release to really be in alignment with this energy. I feel real aligned to this energy, especially the lunar waves that are constantly seeking new energy and new experiences. Real quick before I get off of here, one's in the chat if you are sincerely craving new experiences and new horizons and new places and new enterprises and things of that nature. Two in the chat if you just cool with the same old shit. I just want to see what the energy looking like out there before I get up off of here. One's if you craving new shit. Two, if you're craving the same old shit, because I'm trying to figure this out. The ones have spoken. The ones have spoken. So if it is true that you are seeking new experiences, clear out the old energy of the past. So we're doing mind, body, and soul, right? We're doing the detox. We're cleansing. We're drinking more water. We're eating cleaner. We're not watching the bullshit on TikTok or BET or whatever guilty pleasure. We're just really minusing the music and minusing the noise and really tuning into the newness and clearness within ourselves, because that desire and that need is a real thing. Honor that need, recognize that need to be true, and don't be like, I'm mad at my boyfriend, I'm mad at my girlfriend, I'm mad at the world, because those are old energies that need to be released. How can we be mad at something and angry at something and negatively emoting something, but yet crave new experiences? You see how that works? It's very important to realize that the new experiences are paramount. And, you know, even the old experiences that need to be new experiences, like going to New Orleans or stuff like that, like just getting into the vibe of things. Like, yes. So, peace to you and your family out there. I hope that y'all really tap into the energy and start over. I know that sounds crazy and it sounds like a cliche, but if you got a relationship, say for instance you got a long-term relationship, or you in the midst of a long-term relationship and you love your partner, but y'all done had some ups and downs, and you're not looking at him specific to whatever. You're not looking at him as a great man, and you're not looking at her as a great goddess. You looking at her like, you kind of a funky bitch from time to time and things of that nature. We'll just start over, because think about what brought y'all together. What brought y'all together was the promise of perfection. And if y'all still together, that promise is still at play. I hope that the divine feminine and the divine masculine can hear that, because in reference to the experience that a person experiences in their relationship is very keys for the divine masculine and divine feminine to show up for each other, right? It's a reason that God put you guys together, and it's a reason, and there's more to you than you're giving yourself credit to realize. So, within that, honor thy mother and thy father, which is the people, especially if y'all got kids. That means you honor your wife. That means you honor your husband, and really tap into a level of marital bliss by simply just starting over. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's some girls right now mad at their husband because he got some head, a couple of weeks ago or a couple of years ago, but still in the same vicinity. All I'm saying is start over. He ain't getting head now. He in the crib watching the goddamn Super Bowl or something. Make him some damn boneless wings or some shit. You feel me? Keep the energy high as we go through these, I would say, rough times, but it's just transformational times. The great reset is upon us, so nothing but prosperity can happen when you are aligned with certain facts. So just stay within these spiritual facts. Love people in your life. Love yourself. Don't be arguing and fighting and shit and yelling and mad and hexing and all of that, because that's just some shit that you haven't healed from your past. The people in your life today is not them people in your life from the past. And I just really hope y'all can see that.